one of those that actually paid to move to the UK, and you got to the UK and you were not given the job you were promised, or maybe the license got revoked, there was nothing for you, there's this update that I'm about to share with you, just to show you what has been going on, especially with this modern days slavery. A lot of people are actually going through this now because they think that the police have failed to even protect them. One of the things that happens, especially when you have complained about such frauds to the police, the action fraud records it with evidences and they will be on it. So it depends on how soon they get back to you with their findings and everything. So if you have paid somebody and you have been chasing up the person to refund you and so on, the process is not just immediately. So there was somebody that came up to take up this matter for migrants who have been treated as slaves. They've paid thousands of pounds to move to the UK, and yet they got to the UK and there was nothing for them. He's not really happy with the way the police is handling this with him. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. And if you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, to hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, without wasting so much of your time, let's quickly dive right into today's video. I earlier mentioned that a lot of people have been brought to the UK and have been treated as slaves, especially care workers. Now this is not new, because even till now, if you go to my comment section, you will see a lot of comments. Oh, I paid somebody 12,000, I'm unable to reach him. I paid somebody 13,000. You know, like so many messages just trying to get hold of who they have paid. It's really unfair that people are treated this way. The annoying part is that most of those people that have paid this money are still overseas. They were not able to make it to the UK because the people they paid their monies to longer taking their cars. They're just so many stories. And sometimes they come to me, oh Fajira, is there any way you could help me to track this person? Guys, to be honest, like, I can't put my life in danger in trying to track people. You know, I can still just call to ask if I'm able to, but putting my life in danger, because somebody's life is in danger right now, and he's really upset on how the UK police is handling. Now, when it comes to fraud in the UK, you can't just register fraud without an evidence. If you have paid anybody to move to the UK on a COS, maybe a bank transaction or anything, you have to show this as a proof, and your communications with the person and so on. Register it with action fraud, and when it comes to the action fraud, they will give you a case number, and the process, guys, it could take up to years for them to get back to you after their findings. So it's not just like as you report now, in the next few days or maybe in the next few months, the police will say, come and take your money, this is this, this is that. It takes time. Now, most of these people you've paid, they've got good lawyers. Take note of that. They've got good lawyers because they've got the money to pay good lawyers. So, and if they are able to get a good lawyer to stand for them, then that's it. So this is not to say don't chase whoever you have paid. Try to chase them and see how you can recover your money. Now, recently there is this Mr. Archie that has an organization that was helping migrants to recover their money from the care organizations. Some of them have arrived. They are not even getting the minimum pay. If you're working in the UK, all employers are liable to pay you at least a minimum wage. Now, some migrants that have moved to the UK, because they are not really informed, whatever the employer gives them is just okay, even if it's not enough for them. So this guy is also fighting that as well, and also fighting license sponsors. And like we know, Home Office on daily basis keep revoking licenses, suspending licenses, until they are able to investigate to see that this company have followed all the Home Office requirements, this company has not taken money from anybody and so on, and they will reinstate the license, or in most cases, most of them, they lost their license completely without even getting their licenses back. So this is a reason like most companies are losing their licenses, and somebody step up to start helping people to recover their money. And just as you can see on my screen, I never expected this in the UK. Modern day slavery expert receives death threats. Now this guy has been helping people, from what it says, to recover their monies from all this fraudulent care owners, agents. Migrants at Work founder Ake Achi claims police failed to act on letter sent to his home warning of harm to his family. Now this care owners, of course, they've got so much money. They are so rich. They are so rich. So if you say you want to sue them to court or you want to fight them, they've got the resources. They've got more resources. It just takes the grace of God, you know, which I know God has been standing for some as well. A leading modern slavery expert who pursues employers on behalf of exploited overseas workers, recovering thousands of pounds for them in the process, has received a threat on his life. And when it comes to threats on human's life, it's something that we really have to take very serious, because you don't want to be driving, you don't know who the person is, and next thing you've done, at the end of the day, of course, the person is gone. Yeah, whoever that killed the person may go to jail. The person's family have lost something very important to them. As you can see, Ake Achi, founder and chief executive of Migrant at Work, an organization which protects workers' rights, says the letter was posted to his home. It claimed to be from people employed to maintain order, and said Achi had been busy causing lots of trouble and severe losses to our clients. Before warning him that his time is up, the letter also threatened to harm his partner and little ones, and made it clear that his family home was being watched. Nobody is going to be really comfortable with this, but now he's really upset with the way the UK police is treating this. So Ashi challenges dozens of licensed sponsors each year that employed migrant workers. He has no idea which company is behind the threats or how they found his home address. From what he said, I never thought my work would bring so much trouble to the extent that somebody would threaten me and my family. I would have expected to receive this letter if I was in Africa, back in my home country, Ivory Coast, but not in the UK. Achi has expressed frustration at West Midlands Police's handling of the threats. The case was closed within 20 minutes of his sharing a photograph of the letter, because it did not fall into a crime category. So the officer was unable to record a criminal offense. Now, however, the police informed him that the incident was being recorded as stalking. Ashi was optimistic, but within minutes of receiving the text message he got, another one saying there was insufficient evidence. A spokesperson for West Midland Police said the letter was subject to a number of reviews and the investigation has been closed pending any further information coming to light. A growing evidence of abuse towards people on work visas makes service provider by migrants at work increasingly important. So migrants have paid thousands of pounds in illegal recruitment fees only to discover there was no job for them. Others have had wages stolen. The new Home Secretary is actually doing something about this. As you can see, run up to the general election, yet Cooper, now the Home Secretary, promised an investigation into the treatment of migrant care workers, the group that makes up the majority of Archie's clients. These are most of his clients, like people that have been treated unfairly at workplace and so on. Now, the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, also told the Observer of the party's commitment to establish a new single enforcement body, the Fair Work Agency, which is the FWA, to strengthen workers' rights. Citizens Advice, one of the several national organizations to refer clients to ASHI, recently said that the design of the FWA must ensure workers who are vulnerable because of their immigration status are able to access help safely. Ashi Wood describes his organization as a last line of defense for migrant workers, said the threat would not stop his work, meaning that he's going to carry on doing what he's doing. But come to think of it, if the companies or maybe the agents whom he has recovered some of these monies from are threatening his life, then it's something that needs to be taken seriously, because you don't want to be driving or you don't want to send your children to school and you hear that something happened to them, you know. So this is what is going on, especially for those who had asked me about how they can recover their money. To be honest, it's not really easy. It's not really easy, because just as you can see, even after this man was sent a death threat and he went to the police, you need to provide evidences. If you have done a bank transaction, let's say maybe the transaction was in the UK or so, you need to provide evidences to show that you have done a bank transaction, and maybe the police will look into it. But if in a situation whereby there are no evidences, maybe you did the transaction in a different currency, UK police will not even go further to investigate. This is somebody who is in the UK and has received a letter. He doesn't even know where the the letter is coming from. But trust me, if you're doing such a job, then you will become an enemy to even people you do not know. So I just pray everything works out well for him, but he's really not happy with the way the police has handled it. And so everyone who had come to me to say the agent whom they paid to, and the agent paid to the care owner or another person or whatever, said they have reported the matter to the police, and it's taking time. To be honest, it takes really a long time for the police to get back to say, yes, this whole stuff they found out and it's true, this is what they are going to do. The person has to, it takes a long time. So you just have to be patient with whoever, provided they show you the evidence to say they have recorded this with the police. You just have to be patient. But just to share with you, just in case you're one of those who is also fighting for others, fight as well, and also be careful, because when a death threat messages comes like this, you don't know where it's going to come from. You have to be very careful, irrespective of whatever role you're playing in this whole COS recovering and whatever. You just have to be doing it and be prayerful as well, so that God will be the one protecting you. From the look of things, when the police cannot get involved, especially when there are no transactional evidences, they tell you straight away, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to keep getting more evidences, and until they are convinced, then they can now go for it. The police in the UK, they have so many cases they are dealing with. So many cases. There was an incident I even heard of that they even called the police. I think two people were fighting in a shop. A lady who paid somebody for COS and so on. They called the police, and so when the lady said there was no transaction, the police said, yeah, this other person said there was no transaction, and they left. That was how the matter was closed. So please just be careful and know how to fight your fight. If you're in the process of recovering your monies, just be smart about it and be intelligent about it. It's very unfair that this is happening, but guys, that is just what it is. This brings us to the end of today's video, and I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do find this video helpful, please do like and share with your friends and loved ones. I'm sure others will also find it helpful. And until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.